What I need y'all to do right now is I need y'all to like the video. Comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop.
Why do we see so many women causing frustration in their relationship when they start dating a man based on a wound that someone else did, not the man in front of them?
Because we've created a generation of narcissistic women. The rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. If you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. Every poor choice is glamorized and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. They are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I.
That reflection thing is huge, for anybody. But it's interesting to see that it's not just a black woman thing. It's a American westernized thing where feminism has done its job to create this disorder between man and woman, this chaos. I almost think it might be like a psyop or something where they're trying to reduce the human population. And so sowing seeds of discord between the two, the masculine and the feminine, creates that necessity of depopulating the earth with humans. But yeah, the accountability portion, it just doesn't exist in a lot of women. And even though it leads to their destruction, they're not self-reflective enough to even stop in that moment before they continue to destroy themselves, to say, hey, maybe I need to make a change within myself in order to not be destroyed.
No, because it was years later, like when I realized how bad it was. But no, I wish I could. Scott, if you're watching this, I am sorry.
She said
this is your apology, baby.
Safe, and that's okay.
But that's not why I ditched him.
She took accountability.
I ditched him because I was a mean person back then, and I didn't care about other people or how bad it put them out or anything like that. The world revolved around me.
That's the reflection I'm talking about. You very rarely hear women give that type of level of accountability to the things that they've done wrong, especially when it comes to relationships.
Women go to the beauty salon store and they're going through issues. They just want to vent. They don't want no solution. They just want you to sit there, listen to their problems, let them whine all day long, and then leave on the merry way. When you go to the barber shop, when you go with the homies, they're not going to let you just vent. They're going to try to give you solutions. Say, oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try to fix this? The men in your life are going to give you solutions. And what I've realized is a lot of men are used to being around mom, who just lets them whine and complain and be the victim. And then when a guy like you comes around telling them to take responsibility, and it's not Donald Trump, it's not Joe Biden, it's not Obama who's holding you back, that message falls on deaf ears.
Just the whole single mom epidemic has done a disservice not just to the women. We were all raised by the same mama. So the way that men operate, they don't operate in a logical sense. A lot of us are operating out of how we feel. Think about it sometime, like listen to a conversation that you're having with a man, and if he says, I feel like versus I think, ask him a question to see where he pulls or sources his ideas from. Do he source it from his brain through a thought process, or do he source it through a feeling which doesn't require any rationale to exist?
Because women are some of the biggest narcissists. They're the biggest narcissists. Women want to control your mind, and that's the problem that we face today. They want to control a man 100%, and then they hate it when they can't control a man, and they are the one that's controlled. Ain't that crazy?
That's wild.
It's wild, ain't it?
It is wild.
Yeah, y'all want to control a man, but you can't control a man with a strong mind. You can't control a man with a strong will. Only way you can control a man is if you control him through God. You pray that God will control a man. That's what's wrong with women.
I knew a lot of the women in my life when I was younger, they used to hate that they could not control me. And the reason why they couldn't control me, because they didn't know what the hell they was talking about, And so the life that I live today is, a million times better than what I grew up in. My sons are experiencing life a million times better than what I experienced growing up. So eventually, through the course of me showing and proving, they decided like, hey, okay, we're not going to try and control you anymore. You can control yourself, because you know what you're doing. A lot of women seek the leadership position in the relationship. And that dynamic throws off the synergy inside the relationship, and it can't manifest itself to be what it's supposed to be. When that woman does what she feels like she wants to do, which is dominate that man, ultimately it leads her to lose attraction to that man. That just is what it is. And so she's actually getting what she doesn't want, and she's doing everything to get what she doesn't want, which doesn't make sense because it's all based off of how she feels. A strong-willed man, especially in the black community, is hated. A man that has a good, strong thought process, he is hated. A man that, especially in the black community, he don't want to fall in line, he's hated. He didn't vote for Kamala, he's hated.
There are so many women that are going to be in this situation because they have been lied to. And there are a lot of men out there that want to have families that have been trying to say this. They have been trying to say that they just want a woman that is loving and caring in nature. They don't care if you're a boss babe. If anything, unfortunately, it might work against you. Now, for this woman, she's come to that realization with plenty of time. I think she's going to find what she wants.
According to Kevin Samuels, it's time to put this thing on sale. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get what you're looking for. Now, she said that she was 31. Rollo Tomasi, he calls this the epiphany phase. I think between 29 and 31, that's when they hit that epiphany phase and they get into a panic mode because it's like, wait a minute, I'm 31. I don't have any kids yet. Let me hurry up and stop playing and find somebody that I could take serious to hurry up and have some kids before I run out of time. Now, I don't know how the white community operate, okay? But in the black community, even if she hit that phase, her standards are not gonna go down. And honestly, by the time she hit 31, because she don't really understand that level of family planning, she probably got a couple ankle biters close behind. And our women really, truly, in their heart and soul, believe that they don't need men.
Women don't have a problem communicating as long as the problem is outside of her. You see what I'm saying? When we get to talking about communication, a lot of women are open as hell to it when you complaining to her about your homeboy who not doing right, or you complaining to her about your career that may not be going how you wanted to go. But when she's the issue, the communication don't be as back and forth. It don't be as open. It don't be like it should be. Now all of a sudden it's super defensiveness. Now all of a sudden you're not letting me finish sentences. Now all of a sudden it becomes a bunch of resistance.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The same way that you say that that as men, y'all want women to create a safe space for y'all, sometimes you have to do that for us too. So just like y'all want us to cut up things in sizes that's digestible for y'all, maybe y'all can tell us things in ways that's digestible for us as well.
See, that's that bullshit that they like to throw out. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. They try to tone police shit like that's gonna make a difference, and it's not. They don't like what you're saying. There's no other way to put it. They don't like what you're saying, and so they're gonna argue with you. And it's just an onslaught of constant drama with it, where just moving it over here, move it over there. You have to be accountable for what I'm trying to tell you. And if you can't accept accountability, then this relationship can't continue.
If you're in a relationship with a woman who needs you to read her mind, that is an emotionally immature woman and you need to end it. A woman should be able to tell a man what she wants and how she feels. And a man should be able to tell a woman what he wants and how he feels, because it goes both ways. They don't want to verbalize it because they're afraid it may get rejected. So they would rather you read the mind so they don't have to tell you exactly how they're feeling. In other words, you need to make a decision whether or not you're going to marry me. We've been in this relationship for 3 years. She wants to say it. She ain't got the courage because she's afraid of what your response is. So she's been pouting around the house, acting up like, what's wrong with her? She want to know where this relationship is going, but she's not going to say it because you ain't giving her the confidence to say that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't say it. That's the whole purpose. You know, maybe you should be more focused on what you need to adjust to be able to get the ring versus pouting around, hoping that he realizes that you're pouting because you want a ring. Like that's going to get the ring. It's all backwards.
If a guy tells you, don't wear that shirt because when you go out, guys are going to see you. Why is he scared? Because he's looking at other girls wearing the same shit.
Exactly.
So whatever your man is insecure about or doesn't want you doing or blames you for doing even though you're not doing it, you're not the problem. He's scared that you're going to do what he's doing to you.
Yeah.
So that would, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? He's telling you not to wear that for your protection. What if you find somebody crazy that really like don't give a damn? You attracting that energy to you, and especially when he's not there to protect you. That's the way he's thinking about it. It has nothing to do with what he sees with these other girls. It's with you because he's looking at you as something valuable to him, and that's a form of that protection.
A woman is gonna end up being single forever.
What I need y'all to do right now is I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop.